Okay, Austin, so one thing you didn't turn in was the style sheet, and you already have your logo created, so this should be pretty easy. So you should watch the other tutorial video because it might go into detail with this, but I'm just going to create a landscape orientation with 11 inches or 8.5 by 11, but landscape, and then create that. And what I would do is, what is it doing? Okay, what I would do is I would pop your logo in here, so pretend like you put your logo in here. And then whatever fonts you used in the stuff you created for your brand, like if you're like how I've been using Helvetica Neue, then what you're going to do is say, like, let's say heading font, and I'm just going to use it for that Red Rocks because I remember what we did for that one. So pretend my portfolio project was the Red Rocks thing. So I'm going to say the heading font is Fat Frank, and I'm going to change that to Fat Frank, and do heavy. And I want to make this like big so that you can see it. So there's my heading font, and again, if I hit W, it's going to show you, okay, that's the Fat Frank font. And then we're going to make this 12, and we're going to type all the letters A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so this is where I would do all the lowercase, but I'm going to let you do that. And then I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let you do that. And then you also want to show the special characters. And the reason why I have you do this is because sometimes people download fonts from dafont.com and they're cool fonts, but you find out that it only has capital letters. It doesn't even have styles for the numbers, a comma, an exclamation point, things that you will need when designing. So we can find that out here before you start using it for your brand and then realize you can't do stuff with it. So I'm going to come in here and do shift and do all these symbols and do all these symbols to make sure that they have them. So see how Fat Frank doesn't have, this must have been the @ symbol, and I need the @ symbol with Fat Frank. So let's try that again. Yeah. So see how that's not working? Well, that's not good for me, and so I might need to change to a different font. So that is why we do that with this assignment. So whatever font you've been using for your heading font, you're going to want here, and you're going to demonstrate it like that. So now, like your body font, you want something really easy. So like I've been using Helvetica Neue. So this is like the stuff that like the big paragraphs that we're going to read. So we want it to be very easy to read. It shouldn't be the attention grabber. So this is going to be regular, and I'm going to make it like 24. So this is the body font, and so you can put Helvetica Neue. And then what I usually do for me personally is I actually show what it would look like in a paragraph. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to resize this. So this obviously I would change to Helvetica Neue to keep it 12 and then show all the characters, which is why you can just copy this one. And once you change it to Helvetica Neue, you'll see if there's problems or not. So then this one, I'm actually going to draw out a paragraph. And I'm going to make it 12 and do type, fill with placeholder text. And I'm going to make that Helvetica Neue. Where the heck is it? Regular. And so this is showing what a paragraph would look like in Helvetica Neue, and it's a lot easier to read than a paragraph in all of this font. So I'm going to come up here and change that to regular. Okay, so this one, like if I were to do all of those, you can see that all of those characters actually did come through. So this font has a full set. Okay, so once you do that, you're also going to need to do your colors. So you can do squares, shapes, whatever. But like you have the black of your fonts or your brand, so I'm going to make it black and do no outline. And then I'm going to just, again, use Option or Alt to drag this circle. And then whatever your yellow color is, I actually don't know what your yellow color is. Let's pretend it's this. I think yours is more golden than that. So we might need to come in and change that. So we're going to go to hue and go down a little bit golden. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to add that swatch to our panel right there. And then I can't remember if you had like a gray or something, but let's just pretend it's those two. So now with both of those, we need all that color information. So these are your primary colors. Some people have secondary colors, like the colors they use in tiny little spots, but you don't have to have those if you don't want. So what we need for this is we need to have, I'm just going to copy and paste this since it's already the right font that I want. So we need to have this, we need to have the CMYK values and the RGB values and the hex code. So if I double click in here, I'm going to change this to CMYK, and this is 0.8%. This is 16%, like I'm just rounding, and this one is 99%. So I'm going to, usually I just take a screenshot, so because I'm not going to remember this, but I'm going to try to 0.8, 16, 99. So CMYK 0.8, well, let's just do 1%, 16%, 99%, and the order matters, and 0%. So you can go back into that by double clicking again and changing this to CMYK. So 0.1 if we round up, 16 if we round down, 99 if we round down, and 0 black in that. So that's the code, the yellow. So I should actually put it next to the yellow. So now the RGB for that is 255, 2080. So 255, 2080. So to distinguish these, I'm going to change these to bold so that you can see that it's a heading and not actually a part of it. So then if I come in here, double click on this again, the hex code is right here, FFD000. So FFD000. I didn't need to make it that, so we're going to make that black. And hex code always has a hashtag in front of it. Oh, that's annoying. So sorry if I'm annoying during this video. I'm just doing conscious stream of thought when I do this, so you can see why I'm doing what I'm doing, but sometimes I sound dumb. Okay, so that's it for all the yellow. Black's pretty easy because it's gonna be like easy codes because it's just pure black. So that, but you're still gonna have to put it up here because sometimes it looks pure black, but it's actually like a dark charcoal gray. And so you want to make sure people have your colors on brand. So once you have all that and you have your logo here, this is basically a style sheet so that people can use your logo correctly. They can use the right fonts when they're designing something for you. Like if you have a business, you want them to design the stuff consistently so that it looks like it's actually coming from your business. And so you want to make sure that they're using the right colors too, that it's not like this yellow, which is different than your golden yellow. So that's what you need to do for your style sheet. You can put other things in here like the honeycomb pattern or things that you constantly reuse, because that's also showing like what you would expect to have in your designs.